Hello and happy Sunday. So today I have something new for you. If you've seen the, just straighten that camera up a little bit, there we go. If you've seen the photo I just posted, I'm going to be talking to you today about the Wreath, the new Wreath kit collection that we've got. So this is the part of the kit that you can just see here. And I will be talking you through that. So let me get you down onto the table here and just get that in the corner. Bring you across, and this is our box. So I haven't got a ruler here. I have got one from the kit here. Just a sec. Just going to tell you what sort of size box it comes in. So these are the inches. So it's just over about 9 inches square in the box. Quite shallow. It's got everything in here that you need. The Wreath of Bloom kit. So, hi Marilyn. This is a really interesting kit because it's one of those, unfortunately, you need to have a glue gun to be able to assemble it. So I've got my glue gun on here. It's going to get a little bit hot because it is quite a hot tool. So I might have to just run around the other side of the table and pull it out when I've finished the gluing bit. Hi Linda, lovely to see you. So I'm going to show you in this kit as it arrives. So this is a new one that I've got on the shelf for sale. So this is the wreath. It is, I think this is about 8-inch wreath. And it is a really thick mount board type base. And inside you've got some adhesive tape, you've got some twine, you've got brads, you've got all the component pieces to assemble. So I'm going to pop that one away because I have started on another kit. I've opened another box. Let's just get that one out of the way. And I'm going to show you, get those out, what I've already done. So I saw a very, very good picture from another demonstrator. I can't remember her name, but it's she has done this kit. Instead of using the cream on the top here, this is like a cream twine. Instead of using this, she's actually painted her wreath in black. And discard that for now. And she's used our black gingham for a different look. So the rest of it will all be the same. Hi, everybody else who's joining. Lovely to see you. So I've pre-painted this. Now I've put my paints away. This was just a tube of black acrylic paint that I had. I hadn't bought them for anything special. I'd had it a long while. Just got a little paintbrush and just painted it on a double whammy. So I did the front and the back. You can see from that box what this one was like. It's kind of like it's finished nicely on this side. Sorry, you might have a reflection. It's finished nicely on this side. The other side is like this. It's a grey mount board. Okay, so I liked it by covering both sides in the black. So this is kind of like a straighter feel, and this is a rounded edge. So I'm going to use this as my front. Okay, so put that back away again. No, that's the other one gone away. That's fine. Get out the pieces that I need to create here. And we're going to follow through together on the instructions because I haven't had a go at this. I've literally just painted. So the instructions come like so. And you've got the finished article there. Ours is going to be black with the gingham. Okay, so we're going to be assembling this and using the glue gun to adhere the ribbon and to adhere these little pieces along the bottom here. And it is step by step all the way through. Okay, so I'm going to be folding that. I'm going to follow it exactly in the order it says, assembling the pieces first and then doing the wreath piece afterwards. And in fact, yes, we'll pop that to one side at the moment. So let's just go along with these first. Love the black and white and gingham. I know a very talented demonstrator did that and shared it on a global group that we have for demonstrators. I'm just going to take these out of here because I want to put these little brads in here so I don't lose them. If Helen watches this on replay, then she will see this is the little dish that she gave to me when she came to see me. So I'm just going to pop those in there so they don't get lost. These are handy little dishes. I've got a bigger one over by the machines, but this is a handy little size to have on the table. These are little dishes. You can buy them online probably. They're what mechanics use apparently when they take nuts and bolts and screws and things out. They put them in a tray like this so that they literally don't fall out. Very strong magnet. she's decorated this now nicely with a cork piece in there for me. Really nice. So I have glue dots here. These are to assemble the bits of leaf. We have a little tiniest piece of tape. But hey, we're going to follow this through and see how it goes. This piece here, they call a spacer. So this is to work out the spacings. I believe we will have a piece to adhere pieces to. But for the time being, I'm just going to pop all of these out. We're going to use all the pieces. So if I use the grey mount board here, which order am I going to do them? Let's start at the beginning, shall we? Shall we start with this one? We'll move all my tools out of the way. So we are going to need these lovely red flowers, and they all pop out nicely. They're pre-coloured, so they are pre-done for you. You are assembling. And there's a hole in the middle here, which the brads are going to go through. So I'll discard that. And I need my leaves. I started to pop out there. So 4 of those. And then these, don't need these 2 big ones at the moment. We're going to have some little ones here. So one here, we're going to have this one. And that one. And these are going to be assembled with the little stem. Just keeping you on camera. A little stem there. And then these little flowers. So if I punch all of these pieces out. Okay. So the hole through the middle, because they're these are laser cut, because you've got all the pieces there and the hole through the middle, you're going to be able to just put those brads together. And then that's all of those taken out. So that can go to one side. So these are my starting pieces, I believe. So let's see what it's telling me to do. Now I need the glasses on to be able to read that. So what we've got here is these have got a score line down the middle. I can see that on there. And we are going to put a brad through the middle. So we're going to layer these 3 pieces up with these 2 and put the brad through the middle, offsetting all the layers. So that's pretty straightforward. So we want one of the larger brad for a larger flower. So I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to start with the smallest piece. So I think it's going to go this way, that way on top. Okay, so we've got the hole in the middle there. You've got to be all fingers and thumbs, and this is something I cannot do with my tweezers. So it would make a really nice one. And those of you who are interested, the price of this kit, all you need is the heat gun to build it, and it's £13, which I think is really reasonable. It's a really good price. I'm trying to offset these a little bit so that I can see the little the little round pieces at the back. So that's the first one. Then these, see what's on the next one. The solid flowers are going to go on the next layer. Little small red, yellow ones. That yellow one here is going to go with those. So I'll pop those out of the way. I don't want to use too many. This is the thing. So I've got the 2 branches on that one, and it doesn't really say whether these are the lighter ones. I think I need these ones, and the 2 smaller ones are going over there. So get rid of those. That's kind of insinuating that there are 2. There is only 1 each of these, so there isn't another sheet underneath. I can't use them both places, can I? So I said this was going to be a learning curve, didn't I? It would be lovely for Mother's Day, absolutely. Yeah, of course, you add some extras. I think this one might be actually just telling us all the pieces that are in the kit. Okay, this is strange, because it's insinuating that those 2 are both going on that flower, but then you can't use the 2 navy ones. Oh, this is adding it behind. Okay, that's fine. I'm learning for you, so it'll make your life easier when you come to do it. But it's definitely these 3. So we've got a slightly smaller one and 2 bigger ones. Now I'm going to curl them because I have to. I can't do this. This is my dirty foam folder. Let's use this one. If you curl flowers, literally you can make nice shapes with these by curling them like you would curling ribbon. Okay, so I like to curl them downwards, and then you can press down in the center and they will have nice shaping to them. Okay, you just keep your bone folder moving, then you will not get a crease line in the middle. Okay, so that's that one, then that one. Andy's got a hot glue gun. I tell you, this one here, it should be on a drip tray. If you've got a silicone mat, these are very inexpensive. They're really handy for resisting the glue. I use it with my Tombow, and it does resist the glue, and it cleans up new as new every single time. But what I would just recommend is, this is dripping onto my mat, so if you just let that to sit onto the table, it's going to be very hot there. So I'm just going to get that off my mat. When it sets hard, it's going to be easy to remove. Now I've just got a lump of glue gone somewhere. It drops somewhere. Probably get it on my sleeve. But the important thing is I just want to have that dripping onto that. Okay, if we find a little stray piece of glue, don't worry, probably be on my sleeve. It'll be a little hard lump. It won't do any harm. Okay, so I'm just curling these. I love the way how they're shaded already. So the shading's been done for us. So I think this is the smallest one of the smaller ones. Okay, I think this is going to be one of these. Nothing is wrong, you just do it however you fancy. Okay, and then this one is going to be on there as well. So there is our flower, our first flower. That looks correct. So then I'm going to, on these are like the old-fashioned paper fasteners. Okay, you literally put the brad through. Don't use brads a lot these days. And then you just open out the catch on the back there. Can you see that? So the brad has gone through straight out, and then open those two fasteners. They used to be used a lot in offices, and you would have the gold ones really. Most of them were gold. Okay, so that's that. So we're going to put a dot of dot of heat gun on these, because we're using 3D. We're going to put a dot of heat gun on these two to fix them together. Okay, they have got a crease down the center here, so I'm just going to fold that along the crease just to give it some dimension. And that's that one up, that way up. Okay, again, if you want to, you could just curl some of those edges over. Just shape it as you like. It's not in the kit, but that's what I tend to do with 3D things. Okay, so you're just softening that a little bit and curling those over. So these are going to have, if we look at the diagram just here, it says to have this with a little touch of the glue gun on here, just squeezing it gently until you get some hot glue out. I will tell you, these are mighty hot glue. They really are. So I'm using my mount board here, and I'm just going to press that down with my bone folder, or you could use a lid of a Tombow. You could just touch it with that. But just let that go off hard now. And in the meantime, we're going to pop our little flowers on here. So these are literally just going to adhere onto this. So we need 3 on this one. Are there 3s or 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're going to be double layered actually. So we're going to put 2 together with a glue dot. 3. Yeah, this is a case of, because these haven't got written instructions, because they are in several languages, so we're going to shape and form those with it, but it says to wrap around a pen. I'm using my bone folder. We're going to use 3 of the tiny little the brads on here, okay, and we're going to put 2 layers on each one. So that brad is in the center there, and it's going to go through the hole on here. So that makes a bit more sense now. So we'll take these one at a time. I'm actually going to put these in my knuckle, in my hand, because that's also how I use to, you've seen me do this before, just to shape those petals. Okay, so there's 6 of these. I'm going to put double layer. Okay, that's just an easy way of doing it. You've still got some brads. Oh, I've still got brads. Yeah, I will have them when I delve into my cupboard, and I have set some time in the diary to attack that walk-in cupboard. So maybe I need to put a note up and say, just warn people not to come and see me when I'm totally upside down. So put 2 of those together, and then go through one of the holes on the leaf. Bend out those legs on the back. You'll find that one is longer than the other. pull your glasses down, Sandra, and you'll be able to see it better. One is very slightly longer than the other, so if you take the longer one and just pull that away, okay, the other one can go the other way. Okay, so again, can you see that on the camera? I've just poked that through and just flattened those out on the back. Whoops. There we, oh, come here, butterfingers. Okay, so they've flattened them a little bit, but we can curl those up after the event. Okay. I've heard of people saying that they've done this in record time. Probably not when they're doing it on a live and they're just cracking on and getting on with it. But I do like to give it some shaping like so. Okay, so that up a little bit. And then we do that again. We've got the next brad through there and through there and through one of the other pieces of greenery there. And if we pull one of those legs apart, it's difficult to see on the camera, but we'll pull one slightly longer than the other. So just pull that longest one away. There we go. And then we can squidge up that top layer so you can see the double dimension and offset them. Okay, they're just up a little bit and they are offset as well. We do the same with the last one. We grab the brad, mini brad, out of the dish. They are really useful for attaching things. You know, I've talked about vellum several times. So vellum, you can always see the adhesive through. Now, if you've got brads in the corner of vellum, if you want to adhere layout down, pierce a little hole in the corner and then attach a brad in each corner, and that's your adhesive done. And it's a decoration rather than seeing messy glue through it. Okay, maybe I need to dig some out and show you what I mean another time. Okay, so I'm just fluffing up those edges and make sure that they are offset. Can you see that? Am I on camera? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's the next piece done. So that's built. That's built. And then I'm going to leave that one there. It's probably stuck down. I'm going to leave that there for a sec. And I'm going to get the tape and this piece here. I've made this type of middle for flowers before. Those of you who've been to my studio or been to events, you've seen I've had some really big blooms on the walls. So this has already been made slits through the top here. Okay. Now what they're saying on here to do is to, let's say front or back. I would be inclined to put it on the back. You are going to half this over like so. But I'm going to put the tape on the inside. So we've got a tiniest little piece of tape here, and this is what we're doing at the moment. We're just taking this one here and running the tape all along the bottom. So we're going to pop that there, do it in a couple of batches, like so, and then tear off at the end. Okay, now we fold it in half. The next thing we do is to fold this in half. So we're going to bring that over. Okay, it doesn't tell you to score down the middle, but I think that might be an idea. But the idea is you want these flowers to end up being quite loose. They're going to all spray out. Can you see that? They're going to all come out like so. But we do need to get this in half without tearing it. Okay, so we're going to bring those down. Just work that through so it knows where it's going to go to. Okay, then we'll remove the tape. I remove it a little bit at a time. Okay, so I'm ready to go. So if I just pick the end of that out. This backing board is really good to work on. So I'm going to just take a section. So don't pull the whole lot because you might find you end up getting in a sticky mess. So do part of it. Okay, and then bring this along, take another piece and stick that piece down. Can you see, just doing a section at a time will be a lot easier. Okay, there we go. They are really nice to do. I'm used to doing some of the 3D stuff and I love my glue gun. They're quite inexpensive. You can pick them up. It's a shame Stampin' Up! Don't sell them, but you can pick them up cheap enough. Mine is an industrial one. I got mine, mine came from a DIY place rather than a craft place, but I do quite a lot. So these are the little circles on there, okay? This is going to roll up and it's going to make a really nice middle for the wreath. So this is going to make this, let me see, it'll be bigger on the front probably. You see this piece here? So the yellow piece is going to roll up and make a little sausage like that. And as you roll it, it's going to spray all of those out. Okay, so we're going to carry back to this, and we're going to put a little bit of glue gun on this end. Okay, just a little bit, and we're going to roll it now. I think I'm going to use my tweezers. No, it's not under tweezers. Can't lose them. So it does dry extremely fast. So I'm just going to roll this over and just try and get this started. Okay, and once it's started, all you're going to do is just keep rolling and rolling and rolling all the way to the end. Okay, we don't want to have this as a square edge. It's easy to be square because it's got the slots in between here. It's hard to explain. Just going to roll and roll, and you're trying to keep it in line along one edge. So this bottom edge here is going to keep nice and flat. I think it's better coming towards me actually. It would be easy to make, Susie, and I have done them, and I think that's one I need to do a video on. It was on my agenda to do for next week's show, if I get time to do it, to fit it in this week. I've got a great long list of things I need to do before next Saturday morning. I kind of would like to do that, but we'll see. If I get time, I might do one. I won't be able to make the video this time, but I will make it for future. Okay, so I'm keeping that fairly tight, and I'm going to get my glue ready on the end here of the other end. Okay, let's say the glue gun will dry really, really fast. So we're just trying to keep this as tight as we can. Okay, and we're just going to press that in when we get to the end. Okay, got a little bit on my finger. It is very hot, so be careful. Okay, so just going to press that out, let that set solid, and these will all spread out like so. Okay, so we can give it some shape. So we're just teasing that out a little bit. Okay, so that's the middle. I think we're kind of nearly getting there. This one is the darker flower. So these are these pieces here. And what have I got left? This is getting me to do the triangle, which I put safely there. Okay. That one definitely looks like there was double layer on that, and then we haven't got a blue one for here. Oh no, we've got the blue brad, that's right. We're going to have a blue brad in the middle of that yellow flower here. Okay, so we're going to put these two together. Okay, again, give it some shape. You shape upwards or downwards. Okay, just curl those over. They're really strong, they're quite a nice board. So this is going to come through the middle of the pale one here. I don't think there's a front and a back. Okay, and then through these two, I'm going to offset those. So we'll put, instead of putting them on top of each other like so, we're going to go opposite like that. Okay, again, the navy one of the brads, one of the legs is a little bit longer, so we can do that. And then these ones, we're going to do the same with the flowers, and we're going to stick these two together. Just curl, bend that up there in the middle, and then curl over those edges if you like. That's an optional extra, that's me. Okay, and then this one in half along the crease. They're already creased for you along the edges. Okay, I'm going to put a dot of the glue gun on the end. Oh no, it's just dripped. It's dripped onto my flower. I'm going to leave that to go solid on there, and then that will just peel off, I'm sure. So just going to lay those together, hold them together. Oh, no, they're either end. Just redo that one. We're going to have those two different places. Sorry, looking at the wrong flower. So I've pulled that off quickly. Some glue gun on there, and that's going to come out from one end into the center, and then some on the front of this one. Trying to squeeze it gently because it's a big mean machine, and then one coming out this way like so. So you're not going to see the backs of them. Okay, Those are my edges of my fingers. Okay, that will come off. I say, when it first comes out of the heat gun, the glue gun, it is really, really burny hot. So please do be careful with them. Okay, it's on my nail varnish, but that'll come off, I'm sure. I'll get that off there later. Now this is what I call the spacer. They tell you to put this hot glue gun in each corner, and then we're going to place these flowers where they're telling us to. We'll place one on this side and one on this side, like so. So we're going to overlap those, sticking it onto the glue dot there. Okay, and then this one is going to come in the middle. Okay, that seems to be what we're doing. So let's just get these off the table, off the board, on there. And these leaves are going to come under this one here. So let's get those fixed. Okay, and then we'll poke those coming out the end. Okay, so just press that down in the middle. It's very forgiving stuff. You can mould it and do what you like with it. That will also hold that brad in place so it doesn't come undone. Okay, the little stringy bits you get, if you haven't used a glue gun before, you will get little stringy bits coming off it. Once they set like this, it will just peel off. I might just leave that one there actually. I'll do that later. I'll get a knife to it. Okay, so there's this one on the left, and we're going to put a glue dot on here. If you look at the triangle with the two biggest edges at the top, there's steam coming off that. It's really hot. We're going to put this one on this side, like that, and then this one on this side. And I'm actually going to cover up that little, where that little dewdrop was. Okay, so that's those two. We're then going to use this one, and this one's going to come through the middle there. And I think we're going to put that, there's a glue dot on the bottom there to go to the bottom of the stem. So this is going to come through there and come through like so. So you can see the flowers over the top, like that. And we're going to stick that on there. So it says to put it on the bottom here, but you know what? I think how we're assembling it, it's going to be easier for me to put this on the back here. Okay, so I'm just going to put that down the middle. Down there. Press that down. Like so, that will set hard. And then the dot on the bottom here is for this big bloom here. I want to tease him out a little bit more. You can see him coming over the edges. You see, I'm just going to grab my bone folder again and try and tease him out a little bit. Okay. Because he's too upright at the moment. When I've made these before, they're not quite so rigid. So just trying to tease some of those over. Okay. All I'm just using, like I was doing with the ribbon, the like you would curl ribbon, just turn those top edges over, like so. If you pull this too hard in the middle, you will actually pull the little sausage out of the middle. We're going to stick this one down. Okay. These are very much on top of each other. Okay, but we can tweak that once it's stuck down. Now it says to put a piece of glue on the bottom here. Just a sec, I'm sticking to my mat. Get that glue out of the way. So this needs a little bit more up here. In fact, I'm going to use a glue dot. It hasn't told us where we're using these at all. I think we've got those as extras. So the glue dots, I'm going to take the backing off one of these. These are more awkward to get the backings off. I think I need a pricky tool. I don't normally use these ones because I use the ones in my on the roll. So these ones, we're just going to lift that up and leave the glue behind. Okay, so there's my glue dot under there. Nope. Oh, there he is. He's on there, look. He's attached. So I'm just going to put that underneath this leaf. Okay, and just attach that. He just was a little bit floppy there. Okay, so they're obviously giving us some of those for extras. Okay, so then this one is going to be stuck to the bottom of my triangle. Okay, the instructions show you how to put that one on here, like so. So I'm going to attach this to the bottom, because where these all roll up in the middle here, haven't done these before, it's really handy to actually put a little bit round there, like so, to help it stick together. Okay, if you just put one dot on there, it won't reach the same area. So I'm going to stick that there onto that last triangle. Okay, and hold that down. Make sure that seals well on there before I let go. And then get to the string on here next. Okay, how are we doing for time? Not bad considering this is my first go at this. When you do your own, oh, it's not quite stuck on there. What I've done is I've got the flour too low down. So a good lesson that I'm making your mistake. I'm going to curl these upwards so that it gets away from that bottom triangle. Okay, so if I just curl these ones up a little bit, they will then lift out of the way. It's hard doing it just from diagrams only, but having seen me do it, you'll be able to know what to do. Okay, I'm going to get that bottom one just up a little bit, and these ones all the way around. So that's just lifting it off there now, so it's going to stick better. So I'm just going to put some more glue on there. We've glued it together. All those layers are now together. And then stick that one back, and I will hold it for longer this time. Okay, so when we do the wreath, we're going to be putting these two big leaves either side around the bottom here. So we're going to put one round here and one round there. That's our next step. Okay, these are nice when they're sprayed out a little bit. You're not late, don't worry. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Susie. I've just seen your comment about the rain. I call them dewdrops. Who says yes, please? Never done that before. Oh, glue gun's brilliant. Yes, I use glue gun for a lot of mixed media things. So it's really good. And the fact they've put this mount board in to keep all the pieces together, it's really good because it's given you a work surface. Don't do it directly onto a mat. You need to keep all your mess in one place. Okay, so I'm just rattling those out of there very quickly. All the pieces are in there. Look, it's all done for you. For £13, I think it's a good price kit. There's no stamps and no ink pads in there. That's why it's cheaper. Okay, really good quality. They're really thick cardboard there. So these are going to come along the bottom here, but I do want to do the ribbon first. Okay, so going to leave that embellishment out of the way. And this is telling me to use a spacer at about, on here there's a little line here, and it says 7.5, I think. Yeah, 7.5 inches. So you want to put this on one part here, on just one of the corners. You're going to put some glue gun down and then wrap it round. You're going to continue, leave a length of string, and then you're going to come and do it on the other side as well. Now, the length of string that they've given, this doesn't actually show how long that is. So I'm going to gauge this by the piece that they gave us. Okay, so they've given us this piece, and I'm going to measure my ribbon to be the same length as what they've given. Okay, like so. So I think that that's going to be where we're going to have that end piece. If I had a paper clip. What can I put on there? I only want to put a little paper clip. Okay, I'm going to put a little loop in there because I want to mark that's the length that they've suggested. Okay, I hope you can see my rationale. So we're going to put this on here, the glue on here, just on the front, just a little bit along there, and then we will wrap this. So I like to have the ribbon coming inwards like so. Okay, and then we are going to wrap tightly, covering that glue up. Okay, so we're going to come round and round and round. I know I've not undone it from the other end, but I'm just going to hold that glue down. I just didn't want that to dry before I got to it. Okay, so we come round again and coming over that, pull it through. Oh, I've got loop. And you know what? I think I've undone my knot, my loose knot. So I'm taking in those edges so that there is no rough pieces along there. Okay, like so. And then we're going to carry on, following the diagram, we're going to carry along all that way round. So it's saying the length of the string at the end, you're going to end up with 7.5 inches left. So if you just keep looping. From Woolworths, now that's dating you, isn't it? I remember Woolworths. Our overseas friends might not know Woolworths. I grew up in the Woolworths era. I can't remember when they shut. Okay, so we're just threading this round and just putting it, like to put it slightly slanted so that it's going with the curve basically. Okay. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I needed a piece in the middle, didn't I? They haven't actually indicated that. It needs to hang from this end. This is strange. The colours don't help, do they? So I'm going to adhere at this end, go all the way across, and then there's a loose piece here that I'm going to attach back on this end. There we go, we're okay, we can keep going. Sorry about that. I'm learning like you are. I'm just making mistakes for you, so you don't have to. So I'm just going to tighten these up again. I can understand why I was concerned where was the string going to go. Okay, I definitely like it better with the black. Easter embellishments. I can see Easter chicks on here as well, Helen. That would be really good. Yeah. You had Woolworths in America, did you? Oh, Rhonda. That's good. I never knew that was an international one. I know Walmart was Asda, because they own our Asda now, don't they? So I'm going along here. Obviously, the length of how much you leave in between is entirely up to you. I think I might be doing this a bit too close. Glad I've got a bit more ribbon. I had to borrow some of this off a friend. We did a swap, one of my team. I helped with some jute and she helped me with some black and white twine. I did definitely have longer than this. I'm getting concerned with the length I've got back here still. Keep going and see how we do, because it's only going to be the end that's attached to the other side. So you're just threading it round as you go, overlapping slightly, just speeding up a little bit. You can judge this according to how much you want to do yourself. You could cover the whole thing if you wanted. We used to have a wreath a while back. Stampin' Up had one similar, and it was wrapped all the way round. This time it's just wrapping the top piece. But it's definitely prefer the black option. So it's nothing special paint. It's just I used acrylic paint because I had some. I had like a basic colours set. Okay, we'll keep going until we decide where we'd like that to be. Okay, and I'm going to need 7.5 inches to have as a hanger. So because I've got a bit more, I'm going to continue a bit further. We'd sell this black and white ribbon, the gingham ribbon, in the annual catalogue. So if you're looking for it, that's where you need to head. Can't remember the page number on it. Okay, we're getting to where I need it to be. And I'm going to point out to you, you don't have to have exactly the same length. I'm just going to hold that and point out to you that on the side of the instructions, there is actually inches here. So you start at 0 and you go up to 9, and you've got centimetres on the other side. They usually do this in the kits. They've got 0 there out to the centimetres and 0 there out to the inches. So when it's saying to do 7.5, you're going to have 7.5 left. You kind of want to be about there to hang around. It's quite short, but just gauge as to how long you'd like that to be, and then stop and glue the end down. I did have a little bit more to start with, so I'm going to think that that's about the proportions that they've got. So I'm going to undo this a little bit, pop some more glue gun just down here. I don't want it too thick because we're going to wrap the ribbon around it, and just cover that tightly so that you squeeze that glue along. Okay, it does dry solid. If you've ever seen the sticks, I'll just show you in a sec when I've covered this. There we go, that is all the glue covered. The sticks are like this. These are plastic like sticks, and it just, the heat, the mechanism inside there will melt the glue. So as soon as it sets, it goes exactly the same again. So it goes back to a solid form. Okay, so we've got this now, and we're going to come up here, whatever length you'd like that to be. So they said 7.5 inches. That's kind of about, I think. And then we're going to attach it back on here and wrap another little bit round. Tiny little bit there, and then wrap this back in. Okay, and then we can trim that off on the back neatly. Okay, there we go. And pop a little bit, tiny bit on the back there, just to seal that finished. This is me ad-libbing. We don't want any loose ends anywhere, so I'm just going to fix that down there, grab my scissors, trim the end off, and there we are. There is our hanger. So we go like so. Okay, when you do it, try not to get it twisted like Sandra has. We have twisted it several times. Now, I do need that back again because we've just got to stick these leaves down. We're going to have one coming one way. Okay, along there. They've curved them round for us. They are going to be meeting in the middle, like so, and they are saying to use glue gun underneath. So you're just going to put a couple of little dashes along here. Are you still with me? It would look great in any colour, you're right. If you're very clever with a craft knife, you could actually get a couple of plates, a dinner plate and a tea plate maybe, and find two circles that are very similar in size. Okay, and you could actually cut on a piece of mount board, like this piece, the backing board in there. You could use this and cut your larger circle, and then go just inside that and cut it again. Sandpaper or nail block the edges. Some of you know that I do nails. If you just get the white nail block and just do that on the inside, that would look really good as well. I'm being lazy here because I have got a stand on this one. I'm just not moving it out of the way, so it looks a bit awkward. Just bring that round there and start there and come round. There we go. Now, because we've mounted this onto a piece of board on here, what they're recommending is that we put the tape. I had that little piece left. I had a roll here somewhere. What have I done with it? There, in my tray. Okay, so they've actually said on here to put a piece of the tape across here. No, actually it's not. It looks like tape, but they've put that little sausage there is actually a glue gun, putting the glue along there. So what we can do is actually do it along here, because this is where we're going to be sticking it. So put it onto the surface that you're going to be doing, and then stick that on there over the join. So it's there and there, and I'm going to put that on like so. Okay, hold that down firmly until it's fixed. Just going to turn that over and make sure we're all good. Yes, so the back is nice and neat. We've got it on here on the actual brow, so to speak. Okay, I might tweak that a little bit more. I might add some, curl these the other way, add some extra little bits. This to me is a little bit tall, but that is the size they've given us. So I'm going to tweak these and make them a little bit more fluffy. Okay, but basically there is our wreath. Okay, take that out of the way and you'll be able to see that on there, like so. Okay, need to anchor this down a little bit better because that one's coming undone. So I'll just put a little bit more under there. You can see if it's not fully fixed. The, what was I going to say? The, wipe that off. I'll get rid of that somewhere. There we go. The glue dots just don't cut the mustard for something like this. Okay, I've ended up with it finishing going over that way and back up this way, which is not ideal. Okay, it still works, it will still hang, but I'm sure another time I could make that a little bit better. Okay, we know what we were doing. So there is our finished piece. Somebody asked me what measurements. This wreath, the actual black piece, is 8 inches. Okay, I'm sure that says on the instructions here. Okay, let's just see what we've got. Wreath of Blooms kit. It does, I'm sure it says 8 inches. I've seen somewhere 8 inches. If I just get this other slide up, you'll be able to see. Let me just pop this up. Oh, take that off. Bring that across. These are the details that are on the Stampin' Up website. Okay, so you can see that that actually says 1 8-inch diameter chipboard wreath, pre-cut paper pieces that can be rolled to give 3D, multicoloured brads to keep them together, thick twine to hang your wreath, enough adhesive to complete the project, coordinating colours, what they all listed, the different colours. Okie doke. So get you back on the table again now. So I really like it. Like I say, it's a kit. It's £13 in UK. So I don't know what it is in the States. Just move those bits out of the way. There we go. And that will look really nice. I know one of my team has got one in her hall from the last time that we had the kits. So, and she said it's looking a bit dusty, so she'll probably be getting the new one just to bring it up to date. Okay, but that's really nice little flowers, and you can shape and tweak these a little bit more. These have got a line down the middle. They don't say to fold these ones, but you could turn and twist those and just make it a little bit personal for you. Absolutely lovely with Christmas roses and holly. But like I say, if you can just draw around this, in fact, a suggestion for you, you might want to draw around your circle on your piece of board before you start. How's that? If you've got the clean side on there like this, this would fit on there. So I would be inclined to draw around the outside, draw around the inside. Okay, so you have your 2 lines. When you have finished using this as a mount board, or you can use another protective mat, you could then go along with a knife, a craft knife, and cut another one out. Okay, and do it yourselves. So there you go, an extra bit of cost saving for you, because you can get a second one out of there. Okay, I have got my other kit there, so I might actually be tempted to open that and do that one myself with another one inside there. Okay, so we can make 4 out of 2 kits. Be really good. Okay, doke. So I will bring you back to me, glasses and all. There we go. So I hope you like that, and don't forget I will be here on where are we? This is Sunday. I'm here Wednesday. I probably won't be home next Sunday in time for a live. I'm away doing a show next week. It's 4 hours away, and with traffic I really don't think I'll be back in time. So don't bank on write in your diaries that I might not be live next Sunday, but I'll be back on here on Wednesday. And yeah, as always, if there's any requests, then please let me know and I'll try and build them in. We only have just over the week left for celebration. So if you need anything from me, don't forget that you've got your free products to choose, and yeah, I'll be putting orders through again right up to the last minute, the last day. Okay, so take care, shout if you need